Hi, I'm Bella from The Beauty Not the Beast, and you are on the Bradcast, the same thing we do every day. And we are going to talk about. I'm really curious where this conversation is going to lead us, but it's something about being a person that is a pleaser, that is considered nice to others, and some cultural differences that I've been experienced between my culture that I was raised Brazilian to the Finnish culture from the country where I live. So if you're interested about this subject, keep watching. Baby, I'm so lo-fi. Everything is wrong on me, but I managed to survive. Hello and welcome back. Here you are. I think from 1 week to now, from the past week to now, there was a small changes. The weather is super sunny and warm in Finland. It's scary so warm it is already because it's not even June. And today was 22 degrees here in Helsinki. I chewed my hair. And what else? I'm staying at a friend for a while. What I realized, what the fuck do I want to do? And what life will let me do. Yeah, pretty much that. So I've been experiencing some cultural differences still, even though I live here for years, that I don't know if you know anything about Brazilian culture or like Latino South America culture, where we gotta be nice to everybody even though we don't want, and that we gotta be polite, pretty much be polite, even though we don't want. And in Finland it's considered like, not that you don't have to be polite, kind of you don't, but it's like you don't have to pretend that you like people or just like, just deal with other people that you don't want. For example, in Brazil, I'm from a really big family from my mother's side. She has like 5 sisters and 6 brothers, which means a really big family. so 12 kids. And of course, with my way of being, I'm the mostly different one, so which means that I color my hair, I have tattoos, I have body modification and stuff. And rest of my family, they are all considered visually normal, even though they do some silly stuff time to time, yeah. So there was a lot of not fights, but different opinions about me while I was growing up and stuff. I can tell that some of my uncles or aunties were always judging me and the way I live my life and the way I was. When I was in Brazil, I was teaching, and I had these 2 aunties that used to tell, "Oh, but you were so smart and you were only teaching. It's not even a job. Why don't you get a better job? Why don't you try a job for the government?" and stuff like that. And I was okay living the way I was living. Or like in the end of the day, they were like, "Oh, you're not even tired. You were just like teaching. That doesn't get you tired." Comparing like to a public school in Brazil, they have more or less 50 class students. Imagine have like 50 graders that they are like 11, 12 years old screaming, and they are like 50. Or even like high school ones that they are like more or less between 40 and 50 of them, just like with their headphones, and you're trying to teach one thing or other, whatever, yeah. So I had to take a lot of things quietly because you gotta be polite to your family. And I remember this one situation. I have a younger cousin. We were really close, even though she's like, I don't know, 6 to 9 years younger than me. Between 6 and 9, I don't even remember her age. But I remember that I go to concerts and stuff, and she was always asking to go with me. And I had already like hair colored, some tattoos, piercings, and I used to like have broken clothes and jeans that nowadays are fashion. And I remember this uncle, her father, that he's military or was military, now he's retired, and he used to tell that I would drag her to the bad side of life, even though I wasn't doing any drugs, like drinking sometimes, but I never even offered drinks to her. I was really like right about it. And And I remember he always judging me and telling that this or that is wrong and what I was doing, and I shouldn't take my cousin with me and stuff. Okay, sometime after me and my friendship with my cousin kind of ended, some years later I found out that she was going to raves. Yeah. If rock scene like metalcore and emo, that what I used to go is bad, so imagine raves. And going with like super transparency clothes, like showing boobs and stuff. And let's point it out that I think she's like she's maximum 25. I don't even think that she's 25, like 22, 23. Never worked. And I start to work at 18. And she had been going to that school, going to raves, has like all her aesthetic life, good, beautiful clothes, nails done, hair done every 15 days and stuff. And I'm still judged in my family as the bad one. Because, well, you are a rocker and you have body modification and you don't stay, like you left your mom alone and went to live in another country and this and that and that and that, you know. So that's fucked up. That's so crazy to top the thing. So there's this thing that I always be the pleaser and still I was being like judged by my family, and meanwhile there's this kind of like, I have a cousin that never ever going any family parties, and she's considered the nice one. Oh, poor thing, she's always like living her life with her boyfriend and stuff, and she's the nice one, and meanwhile I was there the whole time washing dishes for like over 20 people party from my family, and I was still being the judged one. That's crazy. Because there's a difference of being arrogant and being a pleaser. Because being a pleaser, it's not always that you just want to praise everybody and make everything nice for everybody. It's also that, well, you enjoy to be nice, and it's not always. You don't have to be nice always. You know the times to say no and the times to say yes, and you care actually about other people's feelings. That's called also emotional responsibility. It's not that you're just going like cut black and white and it's going to be totally arrogant, you know? And I tell a lot like, I'm sorry. Even though when people are telling me how they feel or something that happened today, I say I'm sorry, not because I'm sorry by some attitude that I did, but I'm sorry is like a word for me. You are telling like, oh, I'm so fucking tired of this day, this and this and this and happen, and I'm saying I'm sorry. It's like, I'm sorry you went through that today, or I'm sorry that this made some bad for your mental health or something. And one person told me like, you were a pleaser, you always say I'm sorry, you always get other people like feelings and stuff. I'm empathetic. If it's someone is close to me, I get a lot of empathy towards that person, and of course I care. I can't be just like arrogant. And then while one person tells me that I'm like super pleaser and I'm always trying to be nice to people because I'm always like, oh, are you hungry, do you want some water, should I cook something for you, because that's like hospitality in Brazil. We are always like caring. Meanwhile in Finland, you get in a house, if you want water, you are going to ask for water. If they do a coffee for you, it's maximum. They normally don't offer you snacks or have a lunch with us or something, unless it's something like programmed. It's not like in Brazil, it's like, hey, open the fridge, whatever mine is yours, you know? And then when I talk some stuff about like how have been my relationship life, I had a friend that called me arrogant, like almost like a feminine, because I don't consider men feelings. But I'm not talking that every man is like shit. Like, also that friend took that point of view based on my Instagram stories. He said like, you're going to be alone because you inferiorize, like you put men under women and stuff. And I'm like, I'm just telling that the dudes that I've been out, they weren't a good relationship to me, and a lot of things happen, and why shouldn't I speak about it, even though I know there is dudes that are different, not that I have met them. Because one that I thought was different fucked up with my mind, like, completely. In 1 month, that one fucked up my mind, because it really showed to be a different person. Than, like, on a switch, the person just, like, went blank and, like, go the fuck away from my life. Okay, so there is this thing, there is not a pleaser person, unless if it's like that type of person that want to say no to itself but say always yes to the others. I'm not such type of person. I know, like, when I want to say yes and when I want to say no. Sometimes I even say yes because I want to try out new stuff. There was, like, in beginning of the year, or no, oh, it was actually last summer, I put myself a goal to always say yes for everything, because I know how to balance yes and no. So in summer, I said I would say yes to everything, so I hang out with a lot of people, I went to a lot of weird situations, but I've lived. I had a lot of experiences last summer, so I know how to, like, balance one thing and other. I just like to make good for other people, like, and be nice, but it also attracts situations where people feel stepping on me. Because I was actually talking to a friend. He was actually thinking about it, like, why the fuck I attract only crazy people and people that start to take advantage. It's because I try to be nice, they see that I'm being nice, and then they are like, can be that they are not even wanting to take advantage, but they end up doing it because I make room for them to do it. So then it's not my fault, you know, it's other person's fault. You get it? Because I'm what is it? It's like my problem about what I'm doing toward others. I can't take responsibility of the other's reaction. I can't at all. And that's like, how the fuck you call another person, oh, you are a pleaser? Because the person is doing its own side. If you can't be nice, or you are just arrogant to the others, then it's your own problem. I can lay down my head on the pillow and sleep nicely, while you can lay down your head on the pillow and sleep nice also, like, after being arrogant or being mean to someone. It's everyone with own shit problems, you know. But it's wrong to put, like, a label, tag someone with pleaser, arrogant, this and that, because you are never going to make everybody happy. Like, my father tells always this sentence is like, not even Jesus could please everybody, because everyone wanted something different from you. So it's like that. Just, like, remember who you are, remember to never lose yourself. Because I know there's some sort of people that are pleasers in a way where they give up on themselves just to the other person. In some way, that helps one person, like, let's put a hypothetical person in the situation. If the person don't have, like, attitude or, like, personality, giving up on itself, it kind of helps to find itself. But in my reality, I have so much attitude and personality that when I want to please someone, it's just because I want to see and give opportunity to the other person to pick up stuff or to want something. Because I'm really sure of what I want. I'm really sure of, like, how to, like, I never get bored. I never seriously get bored. And for me, who get bored are, like, really boring persons because don't know how to deal with itself. I'm always like, if I'm not drawing, I'm reading, I'm watching series, I'm listening music, I'm thinking about something, I'm organizing something. Even if I seems to be bored looking to the roof, like, I'm looking to the roof and thinking, I'm thinking. I'm not, like, at all bored. My mind never stops. And I know that people that get bored, normally they are, like, they need something from outside to create dopamine. Jeez, look at where that subject went. Look, oh my god, there's so much going on in my mind. But yeah, like, in living in Finland, I go in a between that is getting me somehow a little bit confused if I should try to adapt on the culture here without lose myself, or if I stick to my own culture, because it's like I see that I get screwed over my culture, like over who I am and how did I grow up. And that's one thing that I've been thinking lately. Like, what would be the balance? Like, what would be like the right balance between to live an okay life being an immigrant? But yeah, I think I think this is already like, I don't know, 20 minutes. And I don't want to take it longer than 20 minutes because I don't know how much you are watching. Let me know about it in the comments, because otherwise I can go over and over talking just by myself. Even though I don't have any guests, I can go over and over and over about one subject and having small conversations inside it and getting everybody confused. But I hope that I get you to think about it and start to find a little bit about yourself. You can also let on the comments what would you like me to talk about, even though I decided like on the first 10 seconds before I put the camera on. But yeah, we see soon. Bye!